everybody. Hey. I know it's just about midnight, and I'm coming on to share a um, few little things to help, especially beginner guitar players. I am live on Instagram over here, Facebook over there, and YouTube right there. So when you come in, you can let me know where you're viewing from. If I don't answer your question right away, just I'll get to it even if I do it once I get off of here. But I wanted to come on and I wanted to talk about three things that's really important musically. One is the major scale, two is the number system, and three is the importance of the 251 progression. I see you, Eric. Good to see you. I appreciate you guys coming in. John, June, I see you. And I see all these people coming in from Instagram. Thank you. Sydney, Australia. That's wonderful. But yeah, I wanted to talk about this stuff because it's so important in music and understanding guitar. Ken Crawley, I see you. All these, amazing people I see. Great guitar players are coming on. And I wanted to really, Mike, what's happening? I wanted to discuss this stuff because what it will actually open up more concept and more ideas to your playing. It kind of broaden your vocabulary. A lot of guitar players, they talk about, I'm in a box. How do I get out of this box? Well, sometimes you're in a box because you don't really understand what's going on here with your fretboard. So what I'm going to do this morning, because it's midnight here where I'm at, maybe early morning in some places in the world, and maybe late at night. It doesn't, I'm not really sure. But what I want to talk about first, oh, you're welcome, Lamont. What I want to talk about first is the major scale and how important that major scale is. I'm telling you, that major scale is everything. The major scale is everything. Everything musically is based around the major scale. Now, the major scale is really simple, and it's a formula. And if you have your guitar, please grab your guitar. If you're not going to, but don't wake up your family. You don't have to plug it in. Or if you have something to write it down. Write it down because I want you to get this information and retain it and start to use it. Mr. Bell, I see you over there. Shaquin, what's happening? So, the major scale consists of 7 notes. And what we're going to do with the major scale, we're going to do it in the key of C. And the major scale consists of 7 notes. Okay, 7 notes. And within those notes, everything is surrounded by those notes. I mean, every chord that's built, everything that goes on musically is based around the major scale. Whether it's a major, minor, diminished, augmented, whatever. It's all based off of this major scale. So the formula for the major scale, and hopefully you guys understand some of these terms that I'll be using, because right now I'm going to talk about whole steps and half steps, okay? And I can actually show you what the whole step is. A whole step is going from this place. I hope you can see my guitar. From this to C to here is a whole step. That's skipping a fret. From here to here is a whole step. From here, from the C to the D is a whole step. Now the half step would be from the C to a C sharp, okay? And the whole step and half step can go forward or backwards. So if I go here to here, that's a whole step going back to the B flat, okay? From C to B flat, okay? And a half step would go from C to B, okay? That's a half step. So either way, it will move in either direction, half and whole step. So the formula for the major scale, okay? I want you to get this. The formula for the major scale is whole step, half step, whole step, whole step, whole step, half step. Okay, and that's when you get to that seventh note and you go almost like to the eighth, but it's not the eighth, it actually goes back to the one. So we have from here, from C here, it's a whole step, okay? From here, it's a whole step. Next, half step, whole step, whole step, whole step, and half step, okay? So what we have is so here we go again. From here to here, it's a whole step. And that is the major scale. Now, I'm not going to get into taking requests right now. I'm going to focus on the major scale, the number system, and the 2-5-1 progression. I see you guys commenting and stuff, but I really want to focus on this because it's important that musicians grab this information because it's going to help you in your playing. So you can take Amazing Grace and play it 100 different ways if you understand the concept of Amazing Grace, how it was written, how the song is built, and how chords are built. All of this stuff comes into play when you know this information. So the major scale, whole step, half step, whole step, whole step, whole step, half step, okay? Now that's the major scale. Why is that important? Okay? Because everything that happens musically is based on that major scale. Building chords is based off of the major scale. Now, with those steps, each one of the steps is numbered, okay? So when we go whole step, half step, whole step, whole step, whole step, half step, they all have numbers associated with them, okay? So when we go from start on a C, the C would be 1. C is 1. D is 2. 3 is E. F, 4. G is 5. A is 6. B is 7. And then back to C is your 1. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 1. Back to the 1. Okay? Again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and back to the 1. So boom, we got numbers, we have the major scale, we have the formula for the major scale. Now, if you realize and you were paying attention to this, you actually are hearing the number system, okay? So we are hearing these numbers that's associated with each note, okay? So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and back to the C is 1, okay? So now we have numbers associated with each note. So what happened was, and I'm not completely sure exactly, but from my understanding, the reason why the number system was created was because in a band situation when the music director or whoever was trying to communicate, because music was so loud, they couldn't really talk to each other and hear each other, and they were calling out chords and they were missing it, you know. So they came up with what they call the Nashville number system. So each chord or each note is associated with a chord, and this is what we came up with the number system. Okay, now I'm going to go over the number system as well, and I'm going to play the chords that's associated with each note in the number system. Okay? If I'm moving too fast, let me know. Say slow it down. Can you go back over that? I'll absolutely will do that. Okay? So we're in the key of C, and we know that we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 1. So we have the C, D, E, F, G, A, B, and C. Those are our notes in the major scale. All right? So if we're thinking about the number system, and these are the chords that's associated with the number system. Now, they're not absolute. This is not absolute because some songs will change the chord from a minor to a major or a major to a minor, okay? But for the most part, when you talk about the number system, these are the chords that's associated with the number system. We're in the key of C. Everybody, we're in the key of C, okay? So the 1 would be major, okay? The 2 would be minor. The 3 would be minor. The 4 would be major. The 5 would be major. The 6 will be minor. And then the 7 will be diminished. And then back to the 1 is major. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then back to the 1. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, back to the 1. Hey, what's up, Tom? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then back to the 1. So when you hear people calling these numbers out, you're able to understand, okay, if they say, and I'm going to talk about this because this progression is played in most every song. That's why I said I wanted to cover the 2, 5, 1 along with these other subjects. So when somebody say the 2, 5, and 1, they are saying the 1, the 2, which is the D minor. Okay, the 5 is G. That's a G7, and then the 1. So all of they're doing, that's why I was saying the diminish it depends on the song. And I mean, with all of these chords, it really depends because we can play, and that doesn't mean it's right or wrong. It's depending on how the song is written or how the writer want the music to move. So to say that the diminish is not always the same, it could be the diminish, it could be, or it could be the major, it could be minor, depending on how the writer is writing the music. But for the most part, these are the way you would approach the number system. So when they say 1, it's major, 2, minor, 3, minor, 4, major, 5, major, 6, minor, 7, diminished, and 1. So, you know what? They can play whatever is the way the song is written. I'm not really sure about your keyboard with a stank face, but some people like to play it as a minor, but the 7 for the most part is the diminished, or it could be a major. Yep. Yeah, even if you talk about another key, it's still the same. The way it's set up is still the same, unless it's written differently. And I'm giving you the foundation. And I know some people want to get into the deeper side of it, and I could do that, but I want to stick to the roots so people who don't understand the number system will get that concept. So I really don't want to get into different concepts or different ways or different chording and stuff, and I can go there, but You know, we want everybody to be able to understand what we're talking about here. So for those on Instagram, and I see your comments and stuff, but I want to stick to this because this is really important. So once they understand this concept, could you teach on other numbers? Okay, I'll touch on that as well. Okay. Someone asked, can I teach on the sharps and flats and all of that stuff? I'll touch on that in a minute. But let's get this first. Let's get the foundation first. For the basic number system, this is what you would use, is the major, minor, minor, major, major, minor, diminished, and then back to your major. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 1. That is your number system. If you're a bass player, boom, you got it. 1, 2, and that will never change. You don't have to worry about the chords if you're a bass player because you're playing single notes. If you're a guitar player, you want to approach it that way unless it's written differently or your MD or whoever you're working with saying, okay, we want to do this type of chord here. We want to do a major 6 or a major 7, So that is the number system. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 1. Okay. So if I say a 3, 6, 2, 5, 1 progression, a 3, 6, 2, 5, 1 progression, it would go 3, 6, 2, 5, 1. See? So there again, 3, 6, 2, 5, 1. Okay? So that's what it is when people, hey, what's up, Jerry? I see all you guys on YouTube. Appreciate you guys coming in. I know it's late. Brazil and all over hey, I'm glad to see everybody. Argentina and all these places. I'm glad to see everybody on Facebook. I see you over there. So that's what we're looking at when we talk about the number system, when we talk about the majors, the major scale. And now I'm going to talk about something that I actually did a vault on, the guitar vault. I did this because when you start thinking about different progressions, Jonathan Dubose, good to see you, brother. Love you, man. I'm going to call you this week. I want to talk to you. You've been in my spirit. When you talk about this progression and most music, and this has been so helpful to me because when I try to learn songs, I used to listen for chords, like different chordings and different how that chord is formed or whatever. But I stopped doing that and I started listening for patterns. I started listening for different patterns of the keyboard player, the bass player, or how the music was moving. And one thing that I found that was always was in common was the 2-5-1. The 2-5-1. I'm like, man, I'm hearing this. And I keep hearing it. It may something maybe before it, but for the most part, I was hearing the 2-5-1 progression because it was almost like the 2-5-1 was resolving back to the major chord. It was always going back to that chord. So if I learned the 2-5-1 and I could catch the rest, but when that pattern came, I said, okay, well, I got that. Okay. So you would hear the 2, like we're in the key of C, 5, 1. So you may hear. See, that is the 2-5-1, but it started with the 6. Then went to the 2, which is the D9. All right, then we play the sus, the G, or we play that, or the 13, and then back to the 1. Okay, so we have 6, that 9 chord, the 13, and then back to the 1. See that? So even if I'm playing something real churchy, so we still have that 2-5-1. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to figure out how many different ways I could play this, and I could take a little piece of each. Thank you, Dr. DeBose. I could take a little piece of each of these progressions and mix it up, and it sounds like I'm playing a whole lot of stuff. Just like I did the 2, right? The 2, and then I did the 13. I can do a G7. I can go, right? And then I can play. See that? That's just another way of playing the 5. Is that 7? And all of these things are just based off of knowing different ways of approaching the 2-5-1. The 2-5-1. But I had to know the major scale. I had to know the number system. And then knowing the number system gave me the options of playing different things when I started hearing these numbers. The 2, playing the 9, the minor 9, right? See, and that's just another way of playing the 2-5-1, because it's the 2-5-1. So whenever you listen to music now, you can listen to hear all of this 2-5-1, and most songs that you listen to, you are catching. What's happening, Haas? Good to see you. Oh, thank you, Dr. DeBose. Yeah, so you can hear these 2-5-1. Now, the other thing about the 2-5-1, by knowing these movements, you can start to play lines from these 2-5-1s, okay? So if I played that augmented chord, because I'm playing, see that? Because I know this chord, right? The 5, and then back to the 1. So that gives me options. It gives me options. And then my turnaround, if I turn around off of the 6, right? Right? You know, it just gives you options when you're able to understand what you're playing. It takes you away from that box. Hey, Michael George, it's good to see you, man. It takes you outside of that box that we always say that we're stuck in. We're stuck in the box because we don't understand what we're playing. The more understanding, the more knowledge you get about your fretboard, about your chords and the movements, the more open things become, where you're able to do different things. Right? And this is all 2-5-1. All of this is because I know how to find these 2-5-1s. And what I did was I created a guitar vault. It's called the 2-5-1 guitar vault. And what I did was I created 50 ways of approaching the 251. 50 ways of approaching the 251. And I put it all together, and I made it available for you guys to get. Because what you can do is you can take a piece of each one of those chords and use them in different ways, and you'll end up with limitless ways of playing this progression. And it opens up, not only opens up your understanding on how to quickly learn songs, but be able to expand on how you approach and play songs and playing scales and all of that good stuff. I'm glad that you get it, June. I'm so glad that you get it. I'm glad, and I'm seeing all the comments. You know, I'm so glad that you guys are here, and I want you to get this because it's important. It's so important. And if you want to get this vault, I think it's available for 2 more days or maybe another day. You can go to my website at kevinwilsonguitar.com, kevinwilsonguitar.com, and you'll be able to get that guitar vault. But listen, and I also have a free mini course. So you can go in and get the free mini course, and the absolute beginners, intermediate, and advanced players. So it's something on there for everyone, okay? But please do yourself a favor, learn that major scale, learn the number system, and learn the importance of the 251 progression, okay? Now I'm going to tell you something else about the major scale. Okay, we went over earlier and we talked about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 1. And I told you that the major scale everything is based upon that major scale, right? So check this out. Knowing these numbers give you an understanding on how to build chords. For instance, a triad. A triad means 3, right? So when you talk about a triad chord, you're talking about 3 notes played simultaneously, right? So if I was going to play a C triad, the C triad consists of the 1, 3, and 5. I love Alton Hollis' style. Vincent Cooper, I'm glad you brought him up. Great guitar player. I seen him the other week in Greenville. He's an amazing guitar player. He tunes a little differently, but he's an amazing guitar player. But the major scale, the 1, 3, and 5 is your triad. 1, 3, and 5. So you have your 1, 3, and 5. That's how you build a triad, a major chord, is the 1, 3, and 5 of the major scale. So, all right, that's the 1, 3, and 5. Okay? 1, 3, 5. So I can play a triad here. See that? I can play a triad here. It gives me different ways of approaching these chords because I know how they're built. And when you know the major scale and you start to understand how chords are built, it gives you more to work with, okay? So you can play triads, you can play major, you can play minor, and you can play diminished, augmented, and all these chords because you understand dominant chords, you understand how it's built, and it'll give you more options to play up and down the fretboard. Now, someone mentioned to me about, in one of the comments, I'm not really sure which one, they asked me to talk about the flats and sharps of the number system, okay? Because a lot of times you'll hear the music director or someone will say, play a flat 7 or a flat 5, you know, or something like that, right? So if they say a flat 5, and most of the time when they say a flat 5, If I'm in C, that would be F sharp. And then that would actually probably move to the 4. So if they'll say 1, flat 5, 4, see that? That's the flat 5. So this is the 5, G is the 5. The flat 5 would be F sharp, and then the 4 would be F, okay? Or a flat 7 would be B flat, right? So we'll go 1. You hear the slide in church when they doing hits. They'll do 1, flat 7, then you got the 4. So you got 1, flat 7, which is B flat, and then the 4. See that? Okay, 1, flat 7, 4. Or we can do, oh, you're welcome, Melvin. I'm glad that you're getting this. Sharp 5, flat 6. Right? Because the 6 is here. It's the A. If I play the flat 6, sharp 5, then 5, right? Flat 5, 4. So we can do that. So we have the A flat, G, F sharp, and these are all dominant chords, and then we go to the 4, and then back to your 1. Yep. For you personally, how big a difference does the string? Look, I'll get into some of that stuff in another time. I kind of wanted to stay focused on the major scale. I'm seeing all these questions and comments and stuff, but I really want to kind of stay focused on the major scale, the 2-5-1, and the number system. All of this stuff is so important. Everything as far as guitar, if you touch anything or you change anything, it makes a difference. String gauge, type of strings, and all that stuff. But I'll get into that at another time. Absolutely. Yeah. But yeah. Okay, let me do something else. I'm going to play another progression. I'll play, let me do it in D. Oh, no, you okay? No, you're fine. You are fine. Please don't feel bad. I get a lot of different questions outside of the topic. And I get it. I understand. Sometimes if I'm on somebody's live, I'll do the same thing. So you're fine. No problem at all. But I'm going to do this progression. Let's see. I hear you. I see you, Rico. I see you, man. So I'm going to do this progression, right? Can somebody in the comments tell me what I played? I'm in the key of D, and I want you to tell me what's the numbers that I played. Give me the numbers that I played. I'm challenging you now. That goes for you too, Rico. Tell me what the numbers. Don't tell me the chords. Don't tell me the notes. Tell me the numbers. Tell me the numbers. Come on, give it to me, somebody. I'm looking at all three. I'm going to see if anybody on Instagram is going to give it to me. Who's going to give it to me first? YouTube, Facebook. did this on purpose too. No, you don't have to give me all of that. Just give me this. Six, 3, 2, 5, 1. Not quite, John, but good guess. Oh, George, what's happening? We're going over basic theory, real basic theory, the number system, major scale, and the 2-5-1 progression. 4, 3, 2. I hear you, Jason. Yep, you got it. George, you cheating. See what's happening is you know what? I'm glad that you guys are shooting at it. It's so important. It's so important that you guys are. Yeah, John. Yeah. Because the 4, that's the 4. 1. See, did nobody get that one? No one got that. Oh, because there is a flat 5 in there, a flat 6, sharp 5. That's good though, and I'm challenging. Hey, Dwayne, what's happening? I'm challenging you guys to use your ears and also look what I'm doing. Just watch what I'm doing. And that way it'll help you. And the more you start to do this stuff, the more you start to mess with it, the more you start to play it, you'll be able to do so much more with it. Just like we were talking about the 2-5-1 and how do I play licks out of the 2-5-1. If I'm playing the, excuse me, if I'm playing a D minor 7, a G, and a C, and I want to kind of comp over that stuff. If I want to comp over it, I can play it from all the chords. If I'm playing, I can play lines over it because I know the chords. See, I'm able to play these lines too, right? Moving to the 5, and then I'm going to the 1. So that's the 1. Hero, what's up? What's up? So, being able to know this stuff, I'm able to play these lines over the move, over the chords. So essentially, knowing the 2-5-1 and different variations of the 2-5-1 opens up so much more than just the chords. It gives you options to play lines. See, that's that chord, augmented chord, the 5. Right? Back to the 1. By knowing Rico? I'm sure that they did. Probably you probably forgot it. But yeah, just having this stuff and having these options. The minor nine for the two, that D minor nine. And we would hear Spanky play that all the time. Or being able to do that. See all of that? Because you know the progressions and you can play lines off of the progressions. That's that diminish. Right? Two. And you almost hear the 2-5-1 talking back to you. Come on, Kimberly, you can learn it. You can learn it. You can learn it. Jump in. Listen, go to my website. I'm telling you, I'm offering all of this stuff. Free mini course, the 251 Guitar Vault. And I'm doing all of this stuff and I'm sharing this stuff so you'll be able to go back and just review. Take a little at a time. Don't try to eat the whole steak. Just eat a little bit of it. Learn it. Get it in under your fingers. Work it out. Start playing. Incorporate it in your playing. That's the biggest thing. Is to incorporate it in your playing. Even if it's just this 1-7 chord. So, because most people go, they use that. Or something like that. You can use that. It's just so melodic to me. So 2. Yeah, like that. So 2. And all of these chords are in the vault. All these chords that I'm playing. You better, Gino, you better grab that guitar or take it with you, man, and study this stuff. Study this stuff. All these chords that I'm playing. They're all there. Thank you, Rico. I appreciate you, man. I'm a fan of yours too, brother. But yeah, all of these chords that I'm playing are all locked into the 251 vault. Yeah. See that? And I can play that chord because if I play that chord, I want to be able to comp over it, right? So if I'm playing this, instead of that 9, I'm playing this, right? You know? It's just so much. And you guys may be looking and saying, oh my God, he's playing so much stuff, so much stuff. I'm not. I'm taking different progressions and I'm just kind of combining, you know, off of each of them. Just playing a little bit off of each two, you know, all different ones. And the same thing for the 5 and 1. Thank you so much. Tony says since he's been watching his playing have improved. And that's what it's all about. John, I see you. It says, I'm trying to line like you. Tell me what road. Yeah. What key is tell me what road is in, John? Tell me what key that's in. Because all of these songs have these 2-5-1 movements in it, and you can incorporate these moves. And June is the guitar player for the Highway QCs. We're playing in E. Right? Check. 2, 5. See, John. To the right is 3, 2, 5, 1. Yeah. Kashawn, what's happening? You know, so by knowing these different ways, though, June, it will open up how you approach that. Options. Yeah. I don't know the whole song. I remember hearing some of it. But yeah, by knowing this stuff, ladies and gentlemen, and being able to go into that vault and learning these different approaches is going to open it up. Knowing the major scale. Yeah, please get with me anytime, June. Knowing the major scale, knowing the number system, and knowing the 2-5-1 progression is just going to knock it out of the park. Because I have so many options. Stockholm! Wow! Good. I'm glad you're being inspired. I got people on here from Stockholm. I just love it. My Instagram people. Who are you, gospel guitar role models? Let's study. My role model is Spanky Alfred, Howard Carroll, Sugar Hightower, Al Dent. There's a few of them that I actually study and continue to study, but those were the main ones. Marvin, thank you. Ryan, thank you so much. So by knowing these moves, the 2, see, June, when you go to that 2, just so much, man. And I hear all of this stuff. How do you incorporate chord arpeggios? Good question. So just like I was just playing. See, that's the chord. That's the chord. So I'm just picking the notes out of the chord. That's what I do. I call it outlining the chords, picking notes out of the chords. South Africa is in the house. Good to see you. Good to see you. I'm telling you, it's almost 1 o'clock in the morning, and I'm getting all these people from all over the world, and I love it. I love it. I love it. But do me a favor. Do me a favor. Go to kevinwilsonguitar.com. kevinwilsonguitar.com and sign up for that guitar vault, that 251 guitar vault. Because a lot of stuff that I did in there, I wasn't supposed to do. Instagram, I wasn't. Facebook, I wasn't. YouTube, I wasn't. But I did it anyway. I was supposed to just play chords, play the chords, play the chords, play the chords. But what I did was I started playing lines too. Some of the stuff that you heard me play tonight, it was actually in there. All of that stuff. Hey, Vincent. Kevin Wilson, can you make live shoot video? Show how you play Don't Worry About Me. The Canton Spirituals, Paul Porter singing. Okay, I'll do that at some point. Make sure you remind me, okay? But yeah, I started playing that stuff because I get carried away. I get carried away when I start to play. I'm so excited about sharing information with everybody. I get excited. And then I started going overboard by playing lines. But I left them in there because I wanted you guys to have it. Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. It says J Han TV. I want to make sure I say that right. Texas. Lynn Lang. What's happening? I'll be getting it Friday, KW. Yes, man, listen. And we made it where it's so cheap. It's not expensive at all. It's $67. And one-time fee is $67, and it's yours forever. All of that stuff is in there because I started going, see, right? That's one of them that I did. I know I did that one. I did a 2. Then I did, then went to the 1. Yep. I'm telling you, it's just so much. But when you get it, do me a favor. Don't try to learn it all at one time. Take maybe 1 or 2 that you're not used to playing. Birmingham, Alabama. What's happening? I see you. Take 1 or 2 of the progressions and really dig in. Really, 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 really dig in. Okay? If it's this, the, or the, then the, something like that. Just grab one of them. And then when you start to incorporate it in your playing and get real comfortable with it, then you move on to something else because there's 50 in there, or more than 50. It's almost 60 right now. And I'm going to keep adding to it. But get that stuff, get it under your fingers, and then move forward. But remember, learn the major scale, learn the number system. And if you come on late, if you're playing this in the replay or something, then please, comment and like, share, and all that good stuff. But make sure you learn this stuff before you try to really dig too deeply into it, because you want to understand how it works before you start to kind of use it. Because what happens is musicians will hear something that they like, but they don't understand the concept, how it's built. When you learn the concept of how it's built, you'll be able to use it in different ways, like this. That line is built on chords. That line is built off of chords. This inverted chords. So I can do that because I understand the chords. I'm thinking, I'm not sure. I think when you go onto the site, Marvin, when you go onto the site, it has a countdown, and the countdown will tell you exactly how many days left it's there. I don't work that side of it. I play the guitar. Then I have a team that's working with me who's handling that side of it. Gino, you switching from YouTube to Facebook. Next, you'll be on Instagram. But I see you, brother. Yeah. So I'm not really sure how many more days. But I know today it said 2 days. So I don't know if tomorrow is going to be the last day that it's going to be open. And like I said, it's only $67. So it's not much at all. It's just a one-time fee of $67, and you have access to it forever. And I'm telling you, just a lot of stuff in there. So again, that line that I just played, I'm able to play that because I understand inverted chords. You know? Knowing that stuff. Kevin, for us. Yes, took triads. Absolutely. Simple. Real simple stuff. Bar chords. See that? So. Right? That's it. Enjoying your style of playing, learning a lot from an old quartet head from South Bend. Now in Atlanta, still learning the number system. Any tips? Go back, guitar, lead guitarist 94. Go back to the beginning. When I end this, go back. I went over the number system, I went over the major scale, and I went over the 2-5-1. So you'll have that, okay? Last thing, and I'm gonna go. Got 4 minutes. I did a challenge, and I did it on Instagram and Facebook, and I did a chord challenge. And what I did was I posted some chords, and I asked you guys to play the chords. And I started out in G. It went something like this. Yeah, it was something like that. So I want you guys to work on that and come up with your way of playing it. Yep. Transitioning to the E. Thank you. Thank you. Definitely learned a lot from this live. Good, good. Yeah, chromatic lines, yeah. Yep, chromatic lines. Whole step though, then chromatic. Any questions? Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. You have a great night, Haas. Great night. I'm about to go off in another 2 minutes. I said I was going to stay on here an hour. And it's almost 1 a.m. here on the East Coast. So... Good. Kerry Too Smooth is my nephew. Anytime somebody say Kerry Too Smooth, I gotta go. Yep, Kerry is my dude. I like country, blues, music, so... Yeah, there you go, right? Yes. Kerry is my guy. Whenever you talk to him, tell him that Uncle Kevin was talking about you. Yep. Somebody over here said they like country, so I did my rendition of country. What's up, Reese? Good to see you. My sax playing pastor. Both of y'all teach stuff. Oh, good. That's bananas, man. That's Eric DeBose is my... Yes. Eric DeBose is a master at it, man. Yeah, that's Eric, man. He's a chord master. He covers it all. Yeah, and I pick up a lot of stuff from Eric as well. What's up, Jay? What's happening? Good morning. Yes. I think I seen who was on here. Julius, man, I was talking about you the other day, Julius. I think I'll audition for the Cans. Yeah, I think I'll audition for them. How do you place your fingers to play? Kimberly. That's a good question. Another thing that the Cantons do that I absolutely love when they get ready to go into "I'm in Your Care." I don't know who came up with it, but it's a beautiful movement. That absolutely love that. How Harvey, when they change and go to "I'm in Your Care," they'll do this. They'll play this. Oh man. Sound like Spanky licks, right? I'm telling you. Spanky. Or what's the other one he does? See. Thank you. Thank you. And listen, Instagram, thank you. YouTube, thank you. Facebook, thank you. Please don't forget, go to my website. A lot of the stuff that you heard me cover this morning is all on my website at kevinwilsonguitar.com. kevinwilsonguitar.com. And you'll be able to get all of the stuff that I'm playing and sharing and my concepts and all of that good stuff. I appreciate you guys for hanging out. You guys be safe. I appreciate it. Yes, thank you, man. I hate to get off, but I gotta go. Got work to do. Even at 1 a.m, I still gotta prepare for a concert that I'm doing Saturday. So I have to prepare for that. Hey, thank you so much for hanging out. Go to my website. Check it out. Take care. Bye, YouTube.